Hi Pisces, we are here with a reading for you. When I was meditating, I was getting the word blum or bloom coming through. It was B-L-U-M. I don't know what that's about. It was just coming through. I'm seeing that there's a decision that you need to make. I'm getting that you're in a space where you really want to express yourself, but you may feel that if you do, it's almost like a cautionary energy here that I'm seeing for you, where like you may know what's going to empower you in a situation, especially like verbally with the way that you express yourself, but you can feel like somebody is going to have something to say about that, and that can be making the decision more difficult. I'm also seeing that there's something here that you're sort of privately reviewing here about somebody and the way that they've been showing up with you. It can also have to do with how they've shown up in the past as well. I'm seeing the Knight of Wands. I'm seeing you, you've been having a conversation with somebody, like reconnecting with them. You're reviewing somebody's behavior, like trying to pick up something or learn something. Like this can be, okay, so somebody's over here in the Knight of Wands energy, but I'm seeing it's almost like you're not calling it out. You may just be like silently observing this. It feels like keeping track of the way that somebody's acting, but this can be like, you may be seeing somebody's, I'm hearing imposable. You may be seeing somebody's like more immature or impulsive qualities. This is totally a, like, I'm watching you, but you don't know that I'm watching you, but I'm watching you. It's like that. It's like silently keeping track of the moves that somebody's making. You may feel like this person makes like somewhat selfish moves, but it's interesting because I'm seeing that is something about this person's energy. It may have you feeling like if you express yourself in the way that you actually want to, you're going to be judged for it. But I'm seeing this feel a bit like a double standard because, ooh, I'm hearing the word atrocious with this person's behavior. Maybe you feel like they're, I don't know, it feels like a bit of a hypocritical energy, which may be something that you're seeing. Ooh, High Priestess. This person may say things where you start doubting your intuition. Yeah, how about that? So you have like an awareness of this person and where they are mentally, but to have Five of Swords over the High Priestess, you may feel very much like this person says things that, yeah, makes you doubt your intuition. Five of Swords can be someone being a little bit like gaslighty with you. You may feel specifically, if you express yourself in an empowering way, that may be triggering to them. And that's when they're like, no, your intuition is wrong. You know, something like that, Pisces. But this person may be, like, there can be a lack of self-awareness with the Knight of Wands here, and you may feel like you don't like the way that they step to you, because like the Knight of Wands going towards the Empress, like you may feel like the tactics they use are like somewhat immature. This would be somebody like funny and entertaining in that way, somebody that would be like a bit wild, but it can be somebody where you like really question, like, are you actually committed? Again, like I'm seeing you kind of observe this person's behavior but not call it out. Like you may not be having a discussion with them about it. You may just be watching them. You have to make a decision at some time coming up, I'm seeing. I'm also getting this feeling like settling within you where you intuitively know something based off of what you've been seeing. Like look at all, these are all like super covert energies for you to be in. Like Hermit is like, I'm seeing, I'm watching, I'm observing, I'm not saying anything about it. Page of Swords to be sandwiched between the two of these. This is like, I'm picking up on everything that's going on. I'm like watching it so intently and so presently. It's as if I'm recording what's happening here. And then High Priest is like, and I'm keeping all of it to myself. And I'm seeing this like sinking feeling that you're getting, maybe about something that was beginning to happen. It could have been like a new beginning that was starting, but also Six of Wands, or not Six of Wands, Six of Swords. You could be moving away from this situation. It's almost like you're seeing something and you're like, oh, I feel so disappointed. Like, I was hoping not to catch that. That's what this looks like with the Five of Swords and the High Priestess. Seeing Venus, Virgo, the moon, and I'm hearing Neptune. Oof. Uh-oh. Okay. Hold on. We need to straighten some stuff out here. I'm also... Wait, hold on. I'm seeing Venus, Virgo, the moon. I keep hearing Neptune again. It's Mercury. But to be talking about Neptune like this... Okay, so the deal with Neptune, like if you have a Neptune contact with this person, it can make things very, very hazy, and it's almost like you may feel at times, if you've gotten to this point, when we first meet somebody, when we have a Neptune contact with them, depending on the aspect, it can be like they're wearing a mask, but you don't realize until it like slips or falls off, or they take it off, and then you're like, something else was under there that I was not aware of. It can feel very much like a moment like that, okay? Which can be disconcerting. I'm almost seeing you be in a situation where you're like, I didn't want to be proved right on this thing that I was thinking, or this feeling that I was having, and you're just like proving me right here. But I'm not seeing this be a joyful being proved right. It's like you didn't want to be proved right on this, with this person, with the way that they're acting, and now you just can't look away from it. Okay, so I am seeing the Seven of Swords. Trust issues. You don't trust this person. For some of you, you're in a relationship with them. Four of Wands on the bottom of the deck. Or they lost your trust while you were in a relationship with them. But you may still be trying to like be patient to work things out with Temperance. Let's see why the Seven of Swords is popping up now. There's something about you not feeling like they're fully committed, and that's why you're having a hard time making a choice here, because you have to make a choice, but it's like you're betting on the Knight of Wands, and that is definitely a risky bet to be taking for sure. And you also feel like they're not honest with you, maybe about them playing around. Which is so wild too, because I'm seeing you be in a space where you like, you see yourself as the Empress, right? Oh. You feel like you don't share the same morals as this person, or like they are lacking integrity of some sort. To have there's like a disparity between these two energies, because the Hierophant is somebody that's going to come through and they're very like moral and connected with their spirituality in a way where they're like honest and committed and stuff like that. But to have the Seven of Swords here, you may feel like this person does not honor their commitments. And you may also feel like there's a lack of morality when it comes to the choices that they make. Specifically that when they want to have fun or they're drawn to do something, you may feel like this person is motivated solely by desire at times. And that if they have a desire that's stronger than their like spiritual connection with themselves or towards their commitments, that they're going to lean in that direction. I'm hearing, and that's a problem. I'm hearing Scorpio, but I'm also hearing Snoop. I'm hearing Snoop Dogg. Some of you feel like you've been getting messages from your guides about like something that's going on behind the scenes. I get too, there's like this part of you that feels like this person doesn't act in a way that like honors your divinity, we can call it. Or you may feel like they low-key do things that are like disempowering to you. Because I'm seeing you be, Pisces, in a very elevated space. Some of you have Pisces Venus. I'm seeing you be in like a very elevated space that you're looking at all of this from, like more so wanting to know the truth than anything. But yeah, just I'm seeing like the High Priestess and the Hierophant sandwiching this Seven of Swords, which is you feeling like the guidance is saying don't lean into trust within this situation. Like you already feel like there's some like broken commitment here with the Hierophant, and that you're going into a situation not trusting what's going on. And I'm seeing the trust is associated with the Knight of Wands. So this can be like somebody that cheated on you, or somebody that's doing things and they're actively covering it up, and it has to do with them being like either sexually motivated or just motivated by desires, because like sexuality doesn't have to be the only thing that's in there. It can just be doing things that are impulsive but then actively covering it up with the Five of Swords here, because it's not only the Knight of Wands. This is not just somebody where you're like, yeah, sometimes they get distracted, like don't text me back. This is somebody doing stuff that they're deliberately hiding from you because they know that you wouldn't be okay with it. Because they do, in some ways, they recognize you as the Empress, but they don't treat you like that all the time. And that would really be, I'm hearing the core issue. I'm seeing a bowl of soup here. I'm seeing there for sure be love between the two of you. Now, something is coming to light about a new beginning. You know what your intuition is telling you, but you may not want to. And it seems like that's the biggest problem. Like, I'm actually seeing your ego kick up to be protecting you here, which there's nothing wrong with the ego. It is in itself here to protect. I'm seeing you also feel like your heart feels kind of closed off here within this situation too. I'm seeing just like a very suspicious vibe. You may not like what this is bringing out within you either, this situation. I'm seeing like somebody walking on a tightrope here. Okay, so you need to make a decision. It has to do with the Knight of Wands and the Seven of Swords. So you have to make a decision about... You have to make a decision about something having to do with this person. Maybe you caught them doing something too, it seems. Because it looks like a decision needs to be made. Okay, so it's like this. Say you've been dating somebody, okay? You may have found out that they cheated on you or they lied to you about something very, very big that would feel like a big deal. And it felt very deliberate on their end. Where you're like, I don't know if I can like trust you again after this. It's a situation like that. I'm seeing you in this space where it's like you want to make an empowering move. I'm seeing you're like reflecting on this person's behavior. You may be trying to like recognize or like get to understanding like, is this a pattern too? Because I'm seeing you analyze certain things about their behavior, and I'm seeing you kind of like countermeasure it against your own values and your beliefs and your understanding of like commitment and all the other things that are assigned to the energy of the Hierophant, which is about like honoring things spiritually. You may have very different spiritual beliefs than this person, or feel like you have different values than this person, or just like the way that they live is very different than how you feel like a partner should live their life, something like that. It's like certain qualities that you look for in a commitment, you may feel like they're lacking within this situation, but you may feel like this person has an awareness of what these beliefs are that you have, and that's why they lied to you, because they know that they're not moving in alignment with that. And they may have like taken away your agency, you may feel, by not being upfront about this. And I'm seeing you over here trying to like cultivate a conversation that you have with them, but you may feel like they're judging you for bringing it up, which is so wild. Because you're just like out here trying to have a conversation and try to see what's going on. Because I am seeing like the opportunity for a new beginning, and I'm seeing you wanting to like learn through like conversation and communicating with this person, through experiencing them, conversation with this person, and also your own observation, and all those three things leading into the potential for this new beginning with this person. But something has you feeling closed off because you don't feel safe even communicating fully with this person, and something emotionally you feel like you need to protect yourself with. There also may be stuff that you know that is still concealed, that you have not communicated with this person, that you may be bringing to light. To have the High Priestess next to the moon here, there can be like secrets that you know that you're actually going to come forward with, or you may just be realizing truly what your intuition has been telling you. It can be a moment like that too, like, oh, I didn't want to be honest with myself here, and now I'm realizing this. All right, so we are looking at Venus, Mercury, Virgo, Moon, Taurus, Sun. There's like a comma after each of those. Meaning it can be, dang, three of, okay, hold on. We're going to get into that in a second. I want to say this again. Venus, Mercury, Moon can be Venus, Mercury, Moon, Sun. Any of those placements can be in Virgo with the person that you're dealing with, or they can be in Taurus and or. So this is what I'm seeing. So it can be like Virgo Venus, Virgo Mercury, Virgo Moon, Virgo Sun, or Taurus Venus, Taurus Mercury, Taurus Moon, Taurus Sun. It doesn't have to be the only placements, but I'm seeing those placements be highlighted. So if that's right, you can see that as confirmation that this is your story. Okay, so we have this Three of Swords here. Something about the pain that you still feel is not fully processed. Something about the pain you've experienced with this person. You may feel like you're in a spot where you're really stuck and you can't go backwards and you can't go forward. You're just sort of stuck in the middle. Like, you could feel right now very much like you're in the middle of a fog. That's how I'm seeing this. I'm hearing a loop. I'm seeing a fingerprint here. This pain has changed you. It's led to like a big personal transformation of yours. You can feel specifically like the connection that you have with this person has like created a lot of change. I'm also hearing epiphanies as well. This pain was meant to be painful enough to change you. Like, to have these two cards, like, this is something that would shake you to your core, where you would have to fully surrender, like drop all the way down to your knees and like split open completely. You know what I mean? Like, your outer shell just like cracks and something else blossoms, but this is like the most painful change. It's a Pluto type change, which can feel emotionally, spiritually, and mentally violent. But it's something that like you grow the most through like the trauma and the pain. You evolve in like a very, very significant and deep and dramatic way. And you come out on the other side stronger, like more affirmed. This is not easy at all. This is like asking a lot of growth. It's like when you're little and you know, you feel like your joints and your bones hurt because of how quickly you're growing. It's like one of those. It like feels so uncomfortable and you know it's not going to be forever, but it just like hurts like hell when you're in the middle of it. I think the biggest pain felt is you feeling like you're in a situation where somebody did not show up in a way that you feel honored your value and like recognized your value. But this is also something that allows your values to transform as well. I am seeing somebody come through. So on the top line, I'm seeing like really deep pain, which also is going to be connected with healing as well, because they're just two different sides of the same coin, right? So there's pain and there's healing, there's transforming, and there's also strength too here, which is like the bravery to get through a transformation, to surrender to the process, to allow what needs to take place spiritually, psychologically, emotionally, all of that. Now we drop down into the second part of the spread, and I'm looking at the Six of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups here. So it seems like somebody's trying to connect with you and they want to talk about like what they can show up with. It's like you're having a picnic, right? And they're telling you like what they can bring to it. I do keep seeing the Four of Wands. Like this person may be trying to give you what you want, you would feel, or at least that's their intention. I keep getting like such a borderline energy here with it being like the Four of Wands, but then also like the Ten of Swords too, and this like going back and forth. Like, is it a relationship? Is it a breakup? Like, what are we doing here? I'm seeing the color blue. I'm actually seeing Pop-Tarts here too. It's the one that has like purple and blue icing on the top. It's like pink and blue or purple and blue. Yeah, this person is, I'm seeing somebody coming, whoever this person is, I'm seeing them come through and they want to talk about like expectations with you and what they can bring. And I'm seeing them doing it in the context of you having some sort of connection with them where something's happening. So you may feel at this point like they're ready to have a conversation with you. I'm hearing your history is in the background. This is somebody emotionally connected with you. They may be like telling their side of things or how they're feeling. But it also feels like there's a challenge or a block emotionally too that's connected with this. I am seeing the Ten of Swords on the bottom of the deck. There's an emotional block that I'm hearing conference. There's an emotional block that is still creating conflict between you and this person. But to have justice on the bottom of the deck means that something still needs to be made right that is not made right yet, one would feel. What this means is that like you may have a different idea of retribution than this person has, if you even want to call it that. Like, maybe retribution is a bit, like, too much. It's kind of like this. There's still something that does not allow for harmony in your relationship with this person that still needs to be, like, brought to justice. Like, there needs to be some sort of balance or like reestablish of harmony that has not yet been brought to the connection. And that's why there's still conflict between the two of you. But I'm not seeing it necessarily be something that you can't overcome. Like, to have the Strength card and the Lovers and the Five of Wands, this is like you have conflict with this person, but if both of you guys are willing to show up, it's something that you could potentially work out. But you're also both going to need to focus on like bringing that sense of balance and harmony back into the relationship. Because the point of justice is to learn how to collaborate and work with another person and to regain that sense of balance and harmony, but not in a way where you're like bypassing the issues, in a way where that's truly at the foundation of the connection. So it means like talking about and addressing what needs to be addressed. Yeah, I'm definitely seeing, like, it really looks like you're going to be able to overcome this with this person. Like, it's a challenge and it's an obstacle, but I'm not seeing anything impossible. Two, also, like, I'm seeing somebody over here trying to show up and be like, I'm attempting here to sort of, like, make up. Like, we have the pain, feeling like there was, again, like a difference of values, or the way that somebody showed up, or like your expectations of how they were going to show up, and how they actually did, not meeting one another. That somebody coming through and being like, I recognize that, and I'm over here trying to connect with you emotionally. But you may also be in a space where you're like still trying to come to terms with reconciling how you expected things to go versus how they actually did go. Reconciling those things, meaning accepting, which can feel very difficult depending on the situation, because obviously it was something painful with the Three of Swords here. Now, Death card and this Knight of Cups here can be like somebody showing up to communicate with you in a different way, but I'm seeing there still be like a bit of a challenge, still be like a bit of a block, whether this be your receptivity to this person, or that they still haven't fully transformed in a way that opens things up to have like the type of dialogue you want to have with this person. And then like circling back around to the Strength and the Lovers and the Five of Wands, there's still active conflict between you and this person, but Strength and the Lovers would suggest that now it's going to take both of you guys. It can't just be one of you fully showing up. It's going to take both of you guys to fully show up and be willing to work this out. But if you do, like, the outlook looks good. Yeah, the outlook looks good. I'm looking at Leo. I am hearing Virgo again. I'm looking at Leo, Gemini, and Scorpio. Okay, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for tuning in. Thank you for connecting. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.